Good evening, everyone. The highlights of the news this Thursday. Traffic accidents. A Beaver County man is being held for murder. And more labor.
How's it, everybody? In this video we're going to be reviewing KastKing's newest bait casting reel, which is the Speed Demon Pro. The Speed Demon Pro is the improved and updated version of the Speed Demon, which was put out by KastKing maybe about a year ago. The cost of this is $89.98 currently, so basically 90 bucks. Maybe the biggest selling point on this reel is the extremely fast gear ratio, which is 9.3 to 1, meaning that one turn of the handle is 9.3 turns of the spool here. So you see I put a little mark on the spool. If I line it up there, you can see how fast it spins around. It's just crazy. So it's basically 1/10 of a turn spins the spool a whole rotation. With that, so one crank of the handle, 9.3 turns of the spool, you're getting 35.2 inches. So one turn, 35.2 inches of line is pulled through. That's the equivalent of 89.4 centimeters for you out there using the metric system. The line cap on this reel is 160 yards for 12-pound monofilament, which is what I actually have on here right now. For 14-pound monofilament, you're getting about 140 yards. And for your braids, for somewhere around a 30-pound test braid, you're getting in the ballpark of 150 yards, and if you push it up to about a 40-pound test, you're getting about 130 yards. The second best feature, or one of the more impressive ones in my opinion, of this reel would be the weight, which is only 6.5 ounces or 185 grams for you out there again with the metric system. That's crazy light. It's only about 1/3 of a pound, a little bit over that, which for a reel is super light. While at the same time it feels sturdy. I mentioned that this is an improvement of the KastKing Speed Demon. On the older model, the weight of the reel was 8.3 ounces or 258 grams. This one being 6.5 ounces. So this is 75% the weight of the original model. It's 25% less weight that they managed to put into this, while it's still being just as sturdy. The drag on this reel, it's a triple carbon disc drag system, and it delivers 13.2 pounds or 6 kilograms of drag force. Out here, some of the fishing we're doing, it would be nice to see that a little higher, but 13 pounds is still plenty to play with. The brake system of this reel is trilateral magnetic braking system. There's 9 magnets inside of this reel, making the brake system very adaptable. You have it going from like really just almost no braking at all the way up to when you turn it to a 9, there's a lot of brake. The first time I took this out, I was using about a 3-ounce bank lead tied onto just some bait and a method of fishing out here called dunking. So the brake here, I didn't even have to turn it up nearly all the way. I only had it like maybe a 3 or a 4, and it was handling that 3-ounce lead just fine. And I only backlashed once, and that was because I didn't use a Baitcaster in so long that I was just blowing it anyway. All hooked up, I have 12-pound main line. Then I have 20 pounds for the hooks, and then it goes back down to a 12 onto this. Trying to basically hit this sandy pocket out here. Yeah, definitely hit it. Good cast. Stoked, dude. Yeah. For the bearings, there's a 12+1 double shielded stainless steel bearings. So there's 12 bearings in the assembly here, and then an extra one here on the handle itself for a total of 13 bearings. Those are double shielded, meaning that they are protected from your water, your corrosion stuff. While this reel isn't specifically being marketed as a saltwater reel, based on the stats and what I've read on the reel, it's should handle most saltwater so long as you take it and you take care of it and you wash it off. And things like that double shielded bearing system adds a lot of confidence to me in that here in the salt water, as long as I take care of this thing, it's going to last. Handles on it, I like these. These are really cool. They're calling these the golf club or the golf style handles, and they're like a squishy kind of not a foam, but some sort of kind of foamy substance. So it's got a little bit of squish to it for some comfort, but it's still stiff, it's still sturdy, and the grips just feel really nice. I'm actually really stoked on these grips. I think this is the first reel that I've had from KastKing that has these style of grips on it, and I'm stoked on that. I hope they incorporate it into some of their other models of reels. One other big selling point of this reel is what they've done for the main shaft, the shaft being the actual piece of metal that normally goes all the way through the spool here. On this one, what they've done is they've taken and split that shaft in two, and the way that the shaft now works is that it cradles the spool from both sides and kind of just holds it in place like that while not going all the way through. And what they've done by that is lower the amount of weight, and they've also lowered the amount of friction and the amount of noise that's created when you're using this reel. So the friction on it is just extremely small. Like when you're casting this thing, if you don't have a brake on and your tension right, like this is just ripping out there. Also helps a lot on the retrieval. You have a smoother system on the inside there. It just feels really nice when you're retrieving things. It's so smooth. I was mentioning the spool. The spool itself is an anodized CNC aluminum spool. That term CNC, what it stands for is computer numerical control. Basically, a computer system precisely machines the spool itself, and thus it's a CNC, or computer numerical controlled. It's basically a manufacturing process used to get really precise components done. Let's pop this open and take a look at the interior and the spool and everything itself. There's a switch here on the bottom. Pull that. Base plate comes down. You can pull it out like this. You can see those magnets there. That's the 9 magnets. That system I was just talking about, the brake system. When you turn this, it's not individually engaging 1 through 9 magnets. What it's doing is it's raising and lowering the magnets. And that'll come in contact here, or it probably doesn't actually literally come in contact, but the way it works is it gets closer and closer to this, and those magnets pick up. And if you get it really close, or you have it, high on a 9, it's causing a lot of force. Let's take out the spool itself. Comes out really easily, super nice and clean. And this spool itself, even though I have this thing fully loaded with line, crazy light. And you can also tell, it's hard for you guys to see, but there's shielding here on the bearings itself. You can tell that there's a kind of a seal there that's made here on the inside. That's to keep water out. So if you do accidentally drop your reel in water, the water is not going to easily just get and penetrate into the important components of the spool and the reel itself. Won't get into the gears here, won't get into your bearings. Really nice little touch there. That's cool. And this body, it's just without this is crazily light. We'll put that all back together. Goes right in. Put the base plate, boom, snaps into place there. Goes straight up and you're secure. Nice. For the body here, the body is a carbon fiber frame, so is the side plates, so is the handle, and so is the star dregs. All of that is a carbon fiber, and that was used to reduce the weight but increase the comfort and the overall performance in what they're saying, both saltwater and freshwater conditions. Carbon fiber does not corrode. What they were going for here was just something that was super light, and they nailed it. This thing is, like I said, crazy light. And it's supposed to be super durable. And after, I didn't put much time into it, but I definitely gave it a few cracks on some rocks on accident. You kind of see a little bit over here, not really. Just a little bit of the scuff in the painting there. But yeah, it handled no problem. And zero change after 5 hours of time. So if things change afterwards, in the future as I go forward using this reel, I'll definitely drop a little bit of information down in the description and let you know if anything like that does happen. For the gears on the interior of this reel, they are made out of manganese brass, which are cut using Japanese Hamai machines, which is Japanese Hamai Corporation's been operating since 1921. They are really professional at cutting high quality gears and other sort of metal work like that. And manganese brass is a special type of alloy, meaning it's a combination of different metals that's known to be highly corrosive resistant. Those are the basics of this reel in a nutshell. The reel comes in both your left-handed and your right-handed form, so whichever way you want to fish, you can get that for this reel. They're the same price. Some of the big improvements, again, from the Speed Demon Pro, which is what I have here, to the Speed Demon. The gears on this are made differently, and they're made out of a different material from what I was able to research and understand. Again, that weight this being 75% of the weight of the original Speed Demon is crazy. The main shaft again, whereas the Speed Demon, the original, the shaft went all the way through the spool. On the Pro here, they have that new split shaft. It's supposed to be more quiet, more smooth, less weight, and it's supposed to work a little bit better here with the tension knob. I didn't mention much about the tension knob, but here's the tension knob on it. It's supposed to be a little bit more fine-tuned, a little more pro, if you would. Overall, it's more quiet, it's more smooth. The old price of the original reel is $69.98 currently, while this one is $89.98. So for 20 bucks more, you get the newer version, the Speed Demon Pro, with all those improved things. All right, to sum up, this reel I am stoked on. I'm happy with this reel. I think it's definitely worth the $90 essentially that it costs. It feels really great. It's a fun reel to use. I think it's sturdy. I've used it again for only 5 hours now, but the thing handles. They say it's really smooth, and I can confirm to you, yeah, it is really smooth. It feels great. It's smooth. It's nice. And light. They say it's light, and yeah, it's freaking light. The strength on it, I haven't used it all that long, so I can't, 100% say to you, just blast out there, yeah, this thing is immortal, it's so strong. But from what I've done, yeah, it's held up great. I have no changes in quality over the short 5 hour period I've used it. I was using it like roughly, I wasn't just like, oh, little like babying the reel. No, I was just sending that thing out, blasting it. And it handled and it feels good still, so I'm stoked on that. I have pretty much confidence that it's going to continue to function and handle like a solid reel. So if you are in the market for a bait casting reel, you can take a look at the reel on Amazon down in the description below. Check that out. I would recommend it. It's definitely sick. If you are maybe not looking to spend 90 bucks, maybe check out the Speed Demon. I haven't used it before, but if this is a good, reference point, I imagine that reel is awesome as well. That is it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope I informed you with a little bit of knowledge. If you have any comments, you feel like I missed anything, maybe I got something wrong, hopefully I didn't, please let me know though. Drop it in the comments and I'll address it. I'll include some things that I might have missed in upcoming reel review videos. If you have some improvements that I might want to do, let me know. I'm always looking for feedback on how I can improve my videos, improve things I'm doing. It's the way you're gonna learn, man. Take that feedback. Yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Da-doosh.